Hi and welcome. My name is Seb Valentine and I'm delighted to welcome everyone Policing TV to this which is a very exciting event. It's a weekend workshop with my orchestra, the Blue Light Symphony Orchestra, and this weekend we are spending the whole weekend working on a very big piece of music, Mahler's Symphony No. 5. And just to let you know, I'm a police officer myself, but before I joined the police, I went to music college, the Royal College of Music, and I studied singing there. So I kind of started as a musician. I worked as a freelance opera singer for a few years, and then I joined the police in 2011. And after I'd been in the police for a bit, I thought, I wonder if there are other musicians around in the police or in other emergency services. And I knew about the British Police Symphony Orchestra, which had been around for a while, but there was nothing much going on kind of in and around London, which was where I was. So I started reaching out, looking for other musicians, and found quite a few. And in 2016, I founded this, the Blue Light Symphony Orchestra, as a registered charity, and then since then we've gone from strength to strength, and today, from having around 6 people at our first meeting in kind of 2015, we've now got 60 people coming this weekend to play this fantastic music together. So it's great to have you with us as well, and I'm going to take you around a bit and so that you can meet the players and see what we're doing. This morning we've split the orchestra up, because you may be wondering, well, what do I do? Well, I'm the conductor of the orchestra, so I stand up at the front and wave my arms about, but I'm not needed right now because I've got some excellent tutors here, and I've split the orchestra up into 5 different groups, and they're all practicing separately. So what I'll do is I'll take you around now to meet those groups and show you what they're doing. So some of you may be familiar with orchestras, some of you may not. So if I just, the orchestra is split up into different sections. You have strings, woodwind instruments, brass, horns, percussion. And just like in any policing operation, where you've got different disciplines coming together, like search officers, forensics, public order officers, investigators, they all practice separately to get really good at what they do and then come together for an operation. It's very similar with an orchestra. So I've split the orchestra up into 5 different bits, and each one of those is now rehearsing. And the first part here is the upper string. So this is the first violins and the second violins, and they are in the room here just practicing. And then later on we'll all come together. So this is the first one, so the upper strings, and next I will take you to see the lower strings. So downstairs we had the upper strings, that's the violins, and in here now working is the lower strings. So we have the violas who are in the middle, the cellos, the cello which is actually the closest to the human voice. You may know Elgar's cello concerto, things like that, a beautiful instrument. And we do have one solitary double bass today, although hoping for some more tomorrow. So that's the whole string section, the oldest section in the orchestra. Now next in here is the woodwind section. So that's flutes, oboes, clarinets, and bassoons, and they sit in the middle of the orchestra, and they're practicing in here. So now behind me is the brass section rehearsing. That is trumpets. There's 4 trumpets in this piece, 3 trombones, and a tuba. And what you can hear in the background, that's the first trumpet. Playing the opening of the whole symphony with this kind of military fanfare at the beginning. So finally this morning, there is another section of the orchestra which is percussion, but they're not doing a section today, they're going to join us later. But the final section that I want to show is the horn section. Now, you may be wondering and thinking that the horns are part of the brass section, but actually they're not. They are their own section. And as you can hear behind, they really are quite special, and I have to say it's probably my favourite section of the orchestra. There's 6 horns in Mahler 5, but what you'll notice there's actually 7 players. That's because the first player in this piece has so much to do and so many big solos that they have a bumper player who's somebody who takes some of the playing away from them so they can stay fresh for the important bits.
So I'm Carl Webster. I'm a Derbyshire serving police officer, and yes, I've made the trip down for this weekend. It's the second time I've been, and I play the trumpet. So I came last year to the workshop, thoroughly enjoyed it. Just happened to see something about it on the internet and thought it sounded good to get involved in. So I'm back here again. So made the trip down from Derbyshire this morning, staying overnight. For a country bumpkin like me, it's a chance to get down to London and see things. I've got a theatre ticket for tonight and then cracking on again tomorrow. So it's nice to meet people from other parts of the world, although most of them are down around and about London, and people from different emergency services, all sorts of musical backgrounds as well. I mean, I had a hiatus of best part of 30 years until a couple of years ago and got back into brass banding, so it's nice to do a bit of orchestral work, which is something I used to do quite a lot of as a youngster. So it's a good chance to just be part of an orchestra, which you don't normally get the chance of back home where I live. So I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully we'll have a good performance tomorrow afternoon.
I'm Sally Benatar. I'm playing Horn 6 today in the Mahler Symphony No. 5. My connection with policing is that I was in the Metropolitan Police as a police officer for 31 years. I retired in 2020. I did all sorts of different postings. My final one was as the South West London Borough Commander. I started playing the horn in lockdown in July 2020. I played the trumpet previously and wanted a new challenge before I retired. And it's one of the best things I've done. I play it most days. I love playing it. It makes me feel happier and calmer when I play. It's fiendishly difficult. I'll never master it. I love playing with other people. I've joined a few orchestras, a local one at home in Windsor, and also the Blue Light Symphony Orchestra. I used to work with Seb, our conductor, back in the Met in Hounslow. And when I told him that I was learning the French horn, he said, "You must come and join the Blue Light Symphony Orchestra. It's a bit beyond my capability, but I do lots of practice, and the other horn players and other orchestra members are so supportive. We have a wonderful time at the workshops, a wonderful thing to do, to play an instrument. And I love listening to music, playing it, and I'm very happy that I started playing the French horn."
So my name's Gillian. I'm a senior analyst at Cambridgeshire Constabulary, and I'm here playing oboe. So I've been a member of the Blue Light Symphony Orchestra for approximately, I don't know, it's difficult to say, it's about 5 years. I know it started before COVID. It's a lovely way of mixing with fellow professionals. I think we certainly found this when we got together after the COVID break. It was lovely to share experience. You know, we'd all been working through the pandemic, and it was really cathartic to speak to colleagues in the same business who understood the pressures that we've been under. It's a really good opportunity to play large pieces of music. I've never played any Mahler before. I do some sort of playing in a small local orchestra, but to play in a large symphony orchestra and be a piece of music of this size is absolutely fantastic. It's very challenging. I've had to practice quite considerably to get my fingers around the notes, but to have this experience with a really calm leader like Seb is fantastic. It's just very non-pressurised, non-precious, just everyone does their bit. You know, Seb's a really lovely energy to lead the group. So, yeah.
Hi, good morning, and welcome back to the second day of our workshop. We're very excited to have a harp join us today, a beautiful instrument that's going to help us play the Adagietto, which is the very famous movement from this work that you may have heard in Death in Venice. So without further ado, we're going to get on with rehearsing again today. Ready? 1, 2.
Great.
It's my first time here. I've really enjoyed it. It was really hard, but it was great fun.
I'm delighted to be here for my third occasion with the Blue Light Symphony Orchestra. Marvellous atmosphere, absolutely marvellous.
Yeah, I was swayed by the thought of Mahler 5 and nothing else. I played before, with a chance to play Mahler 5 with first horn has been an ambition for the past 40 to 50 years. So to actually come and play it today is one off the bucket list, and it's fantastic. Can't turn down a Mahler.
This is my fourth time playing with the Blue Light Symphony Orchestra. I've enjoyed every single one I've come to. This is a piece that I've never played before but always wanted to give it a go, and it's been really fun and I really like it. It's a good job.